More peace, more love, more life.
Hi everyone, welcome to Ultraviolet Asana. My name is Jess, and today I have a little flow for you to do every morning. It's a beginner's level flow, or it's accessible for all levels really. And yeah, so grab your mat and let's get started. Starting in a comfortable seat in the middle of your mat, prop a pillow or a blanket under your bum to really help you elongate your spine and get nice and tall. Ground down through your sitting bones, maybe remove the fleshy bits out from under you, and allow your hands to fall wherever they naturally fall. Maybe your palms face downward for more grounding, or maybe they face upward for more receiving posture. Wherever they naturally fall, allow them to stay there and gently close your eyes. Imagine a warm wave of ultraviolet light starting at the top of your head, traveling down past your forehead, your eyes, your nose, releasing tension everywhere it goes as it travels down your neck, pausing there, releasing tension there, past your shoulders, your arms, your hands, letting everything go as it travels down, past your chest and your upper back, down past your lumbar spine and into your hips, releasing tension there. As it travels down your legs, your knees, your feet, stopping at the floor below you, letting everything go. Begin to draw awareness to your breath here. We will be using an Ujjayi breath today, so that's going to be in through your nose, inviting constriction in the back of your throat and out through your nose. This oceanic sound calms the nervous system, allowing your mind, your body, and your spirit to sink into your practice. On your next inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And then exhale, soften into your left hip, reach your right arm up and over, big side stretch to the right, gaze over your right middle finger. Next inhale, bring everything up, then exhale, bring your left palm to your right knee, right arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine, then exhale, twist to the right. And your next inhale, reach forward. And then exhale, walk your fingertips in front of you. Keeping your back nice and flat, and then maybe letting your head go, letting your neck go, breathing into that right outer hip. Inhale, bring it back through center. And exhale, bring your fingertips behind you, shoulder blades together. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, press your hips towards the front of the room. Maybe taking a little back arch here, maybe your hips stay planted. Breathing into that back body. Inhale, come back through center, then exhale, switch the crossing of your legs. Aiming to find symmetry in our body, but knowing that our bodies are not symmetrical naturally. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, soften to your right hip. Reach your left arm up and over, big side stretch to the left. Gaze over your left middle finger. Inhale back through center. Exhale, right palm to left knee. Left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine, then exhale, twist. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, walk it forward, again keeping your back and your neck nice and straight, and then folding over. Breathing to your left hip. Next, inhale, walk everything back through center, and then exhale, 10 your fingertips behind you, shoulder blades together. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, maybe lift your hips, maybe just press your hips towards the front of the room. Inhale back through center, finding yourself in the seat, and just pause here for a moment. Bring your hands to heart center and set an intention for your practice today. Maybe you answer the question as to why you came here, why you're practicing, why you're watching an ultraviolet asana video. Or maybe a mantra comes to mind. Joy, love, whatever it is, allow it to come to your mind's eye, naturally. And know that throughout practice today, when your mind begins to wander, you can focus on your intention. Your next inhale, blink your eyes open. And then either roll forward onto your hands and knees or just find tabletop position in the middle of your mat. Moving your pillow out of the way. Shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Inhale, drop your belly, look forward, cow pose. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, one vertebra at a time. Cow pose. You might need to adjust your alignment here. That's okay. But flow through these cats and cows here. Moving on your breath, inhaling, dropping your belly, lifting your gaze. Exhaling, rounding your spine, tucking your chin. I invite you to take any intuitive movement your body is craving. This morning, afternoon, or evening, maybe taking hip circles one way and the other. Maybe rolling around the neck one way and the other. Knowing that this is a safe place for you to practice and drop into your body. Sinking breath and movement. Next, inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, tuck your toes, and exhale, find downward facing dog. Feet should be hips width distance apart, hands should be shoulders width distance apart. Rotate your inner armpits towards one another and get broad in your upper back. Sending your hips up and backwards, allow your heart to melt towards the floor. For your first downward facing dog class, maybe you bend to one knee and the opposite knee if your body's craving movement. Maybe lift high onto the tippy toes of both feet and then downwards. And your next inhale, look forward. Lift your right leg up and then exhale, bend your knee and stack your hip. Keeping your shoulders square with the front of the room, bring your right foot toward your left buttock. Maybe take hip circles in one direction or the other direction, or stay stationary. Your next inhale, straighten your legs, grab your hips, look forward, then exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. I have to use my hands to bring my foot up, that's totally okay. You may have to do the same, it has to do with alignment. Now maybe placing a blanket under your left knee, lower your left knee down to the ground and untuck your toe. You want your right knee to be over your right ankle. Energetically bring your inner thighs towards one another. And when you're ready, lift up, maybe here first, hands onto your thigh, or maybe your arms come all the way up, Anjaneyasana. low lunge. Breathe here. We store a lot of baggage in our hips emotionally, but also physically. We have a lot of tension there. So really breathe into that space. Next, inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Then exhale, take a twist over to the right. Gaze follows your right middle finger. Hips and belly still square with the room or the wall in front of you. Inhale your arms back up. Exhale, plant your palms. Inhale, step it back through plank pose, and then exhale, flying downward facing dog. We're going to take that nice hip opener on the other side. So inhale your left leg up, and then exhale, bend your knees, stack your hip. Again, keeping your shoulders square. Maybe take hip circles in one direction or the other direction. And then inhale, straighten your legs, square off your hips, look forward, and then exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Maybe you have to use your hand to get your foot up there. Lowering your back knee down to maybe a blanket or maybe the mat, untuck your toe. Again, left knee over left ankle. Energetically bring your inner thighs towards one another. When you're ready, maybe your hands come to your left knee. Maybe they come all the way up. Vinyasa. This is actually a modified high lunge, not a low lunge. But breathe into that right hip. One hip may be tighter than the other. It's totally okay. Honor wherever your body is. Send breath and love and light to the parts that need it most. And your next inhale, gently twist, open. Gaze follows your left middle finger. Hips stay square with the wall or the room in front of you. Inhale, bring it back through center. Exhale, plant your palms. Inhale, step it back through plank, and then exhale, flying downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, and then exhale, take billions of tiny baby steps to the top. Finding a forward fold as you get to the top. Feet are hips width distance apart, that's 2 fists distance apart. Invite a deep bend in your knees to take the pressure off of your hamstrings. And grab a hold of opposite elbows here, maybe moving side to side or forwards and backward. Maybe interlacing your fingers behind the base of your neck. Inviting a deep stretch and release through the neck and the cervical spine. Whichever forward fold variation you take here, just breathe deeply and fully. Slowly roll up to stand in your next inhale, one vertebra at a time. And then inhale your arms up overhead, then exhale, bring your hands to your heart, Tadasana. Ground into all 4 corners of both of your feet and bring your lower belly up and in. Relax your shoulder. Inhale your arms up overhead, and then exhale, take a long, slow swan dive to the bottom of your mat. Inhale, lengthen to a long, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up, look forward, setting up for warrior 1 pose. Bring your left foot in. So your front knee is over your front ankle, and turn your back toes towards the front right corner of your mat, keeping your hips nice and square with the front of the room. Inhale your arms up, warrior 1. Now, for warrior 1, there's a few things you can do. One thing is you can take a shorter and wider stance. So widening your stance and shortening it may allow you more flexibility in your hip. Some people like to take a longer, more narrow warrior one. Find what works in your body. The important things are that your knees and your toes are tracking in the same direction, that your back foot is at a 45-degree angle with the top corner of the mat, and that you're bending into your left knee and your hips are square, your lower belly is drawn up and in, and your arms are up above your head. Breathe. Next, inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, and then interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, look up, and then exhale, hinging at the hips. Bring your left shoulder to make contact with your left knee. Keeping that back leg nice and active, allow your head to fall. Humble warrior. On your next inhale, halfway lift, and then come all the way up. And then exhale, windmill it open to warrior two. Now, if you were at that shorter, wider distance, you might need to walk your back foot back. So it's in heel to arch alignment with your front foot. Bend into that left knee. So you have to walk mine all the way out. Draw your lower belly up and in. Lift your heart, lift your gaze, and bring your gaze over your left middle fingers, relaxing your shoulder. Next, inhale, flip your palm and reverse warrior. Inhale back through center. Straighten out that front leg and then turn all 10 toes to the front of your space. Inhale, draw your belly up and in, lift your arms up overhead. Then exhale, hinging at the hips, take it down to your Prasarita pose. Inhaling to a halfway lift as you come down, and then exhaling, fold. Now in Prasarita, you have a few options. You can just tent your fingers on the ground. Maybe flip your palms so your fingertips are facing you, getting that nice release in the upper back. Maybe interlace your fingers behind your back, bringing the shoulder blades together and down. Whatever variation you take today, just breathe deeply and fully. Your next inhale, lengthen to a long flat back, and then turn all 10 toes to the back of your space. Inhale briefly, Anjaneyasana, high lunge. Exhale, plant your palms. Inhale, step back to your plank pose, and then exhale, find downward facing dog here, pedaling out the feet. Your next inhale, lift your right leg up. Look forward, and then exhale, step it through, setting up for warrior one on this side. Pivot on your back heel so your back foot is facing the top left corner of your mat. And when you're ready, come up, warrior one. Again, bring your lower belly up and in. Relax your shoulders, lift your heart, and lift your gaze. Your next inhale, look up. Bring your fingers behind your back. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, hinge forward. Bring your right shoulder to your right knee. Nice, humble warrior. Your next inhale, look up. Come all the way up. And then windmill your arms up and open into warrior two. Again, stepping that front leg forward if you need to. Lower belly draws up and in. Gaze lifts, chest lifts, and gaze comes over your right middle finger. Inhale, flip your palm, and then exhale, brush forward. Inhale, back through center, turn all 10 toes to the front of your space. Inhale, star pose, and then exhale again, find Prasarita here, hinging at the hips. Inhale, lengthen your lung flap back and heel toe your feet in, planting a nice squat here, Vinyasa pose. So heels are turned in, toes are pointed out, knees bend down here. Then hands come to your heart center. Bring your hands behind you so you're back to this comfortable seat again. And then turn all 10 toes to the front of your mat. Plant your feet, elongate your neck and your spine, and slowly roll down onto your back. When you arrive in your back, bring your knees into your chest and roll around in the sacrum in one direction and the other. Plant your feet and then inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, drape your right ankle over your left knee. Bring your arms up overhead, interlace your fingers behind your left knee. Bring this figure four shape into your body. Upper body stays flush with the mat below you. Flex both of your feet. Breathe into that right hip. Supine pigeon pose. Plant your left foot down. Uncross your feet. Bring your feet mat width distance apart, knees to touch, arms up to a T, and then windshield wiper your knees one direction and the other direction. And your next exhale, bring your feet back below, right below your bum. Feet planted on the ground. Inhale your left leg up, then exhale, drape your left ankle over your right knee. Interlacing your fingers behind your right knee and bringing this figure four shape of the legs with flexed feet into your body. Your next exhale, plant your right foot down. Inhale your left leg up. And then bring your feet again, mat width distance apart, knees to touch, windshield wipering. Knees one direction and the other with your arms out to a T. And bring your feet so they're directly below your bum again. And then pressing into your feet, using the strength of your quadriceps, not your glutes. Lift up into bridge pose. So upper body is again flat with the mat. And, in like some workouts, you might clench your glute muscles here. But that's not what we're doing. We're actually releasing them and bringing most of the work into your quadriceps. That allows us to open the sacrum. Come high onto your tippy toes. Bring your arms up overhead and then one vertebra at a time, gently lower down. Bring your knees into your chest, and we're going to take a small inversion today before we close out our practice. So lifting your arms overhead and lifting your legs overhead. Dead bug pose. Just allow everything to relax. Allow your fingers to relax, your feet to relax. Then ever so slowly start to lower your legs down to the mat. Your fingers and your hands following them. When your feet arrive back on your mat, bring your right leg into your chest. Right arm out to a T. And then your left arm guides your right knee across your body. Find this nice supine twist to your gaze to the right. Inhale, bring it back through center. And exhale, release your right leg. Inhaling your left knee into your chest. Left arm out to a T, and then exhaling, bringing that left knee across the body. On your next inhale, bring everything back through center. Taking the biggest inhale you have all day, bring everything in. And then exhale for Shavasana, let everything go. Close your eyes. And imagine a warm wave of ultraviolet light at the top of your head, traveling down past your forehead, your eyes, and your nose, and your mouth. Releasing tension everywhere it goes as it travels down your neck and your shoulders and your arms. Letting go of tension there as it travels. Down past your belly, your back, and your hips, your thighs, your feet. Let go, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Shavasana. When you're ready to reawaken, gently start to wiggle your fingers and toes, deepening your breath. Taking a big inhale, stretching everything. Then exhale, rolling onto one side or the other, finding fetal position with your legs into your chest, using your bicep as a pillow. In yoga, we begin in child's pose oftentimes, although today we begin in seat. We end in Shavasana, corpse pose, and we come out of our practice in fetal posture, symbolizing the cycle of death and rebirth that we go through not only once in a lifetime, but every day, every second, that we're living as human spirits. As we come out of our practice today, I invite you to release what no longer serves you, knowing that at any time you can choose to be reborn. Keeping your eyes closed, gently push yourself back up to a comfortable seat in the middle of your mat. And bring your hands to heart center. The divine light in me bows to and is one with the divine light. Always remember, you are your best teacher, and you have everything you need within you. Namaste.